Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another story video. Today, we're diving into a strange, scary, and downright spooky tale that will keep you on the edge of your seat. If you're into unsettling mysteries and eerie stories, this one's perfect for you. Whether you're relaxing, studying, or just in the mood for something strange to listen to. Before we jump into the story, I just want to thank you all for stopping by. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, please give this one a like and hit that subscribe button. Our goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers, and with your support, I know we'll get there soon. Alright, without further ado, let's dive into today's strange and spooky tale, The Silent Neighborhood. Let's get started. We arrived at Evergreen Haven on a crisp Sunday morning. The sky a perfect blue, the air carrying the faint scent of freshly mowed grass. Felt like a dream, the kind you don't want to wake up from. Rows of pristine houses lined the streets, each one a carbon copy of the other. White picket fences, colorful flower beds, and porches that seemed to invite you to sit and stay a while. It was everything Emma and I had ever wanted. After years of cramped apartments and noisy city living, Evergreen Haven was our escape, our fresh start. The neighbors came to greet us as soon as the moving van pulled up. Smiling faces, warm handshakes, and baked goods. Lots of baked goods. "Welcome to the neighborhood," chirped Mrs. Harper, the woman from across the street. She held out a plate of cookies, her smile never faltering. "We're so happy to have you here." Everyone seemed so kind, so eager to help. It was almost overwhelming, but Emma loved it. "They're just being friendly," she said when I muttered something about it feeling too much. The first week was blissful. The quiet streets, the immaculate lawns, the way everyone waved as they passed by. But by the second week, I started noticing things. The neighbors, always cheerful, always helpful, seemed off. It wasn't something I could put my finger on at first, just little things, like how Mr. Parker next door always left for his morning jog at exactly 6 a.m. and returned at exactly 6:45 a.m. Or how Mrs. Harper's garden seemed to bloom overnight, the flowers impossibly vibrant. Then there was the laughter. Late at night, when the streets were empty and the houses dark, I would hear faint laughter, like it was coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Maybe you're just not used to the quiet," Emma said when I brought it up. But it wasn't just the laughter. The neighborhood had no pets. No birds chirped in the trees. The wind didn't rustle the leaves. Everything was still, almost unnaturally so. It was Emma who found the first clue. She'd been chatting with Mrs. Harper, asking her about the best places to shop in town. "She's been here for 20 years. Emma told me that night, her brow furrowed. "But she doesn't look a day over 40. I laughed it off at first. Maybe she's just aging well. But then I started paying closer attention. The Harpers, the Parkers, the Winstons, they all looked perfect. Too perfect. No wrinkles, no gray hairs, no signs of age. And then there were the routines. Every morning, the same cars left their driveways at the same time. Every evening, the same porch lights flickered on, one after the other, as if following an invisible script. The real turning point came a month after we moved in. I had been struggling to connect to the internet, so I decided to check the modem in the basement. That's when I found it. A small, black device hidden behind a panel in the wall. It hummed softly, its surface sleek and unmarked. "What is it?" Emma asked when I showed it to her. "I don't know," I admitted, "but it doesn't belong here." That night, I stayed up late, searching for answers. The device wasn't a part of any standard internet setup, and when I tried to open it, the screen of my laptop flashed red, the words access denied appearing in bold letters. The next morning, everything changed. The neighbors who had once been so friendly were suddenly cold, their smiles strained. Mrs. Harper didn't wave as we passed, and Mr. Parker avoided eye contact. And then the letters started arriving. Anonymous notes slipped under our door, warning us to stop asking questions, to stop looking into things that didn't concern us. But I couldn't let it go. Emma and I began watching the neighbors, cataloging their routines, their movements. That's when we noticed the cameras. Tiny, almost invisible, hidden in streetlights, on fences, even in the trees. Evergreen Haven wasn't a neighborhood. It was a stage, and we were the latest actors brought in to play our part. The final straw came when Emma disappeared. I woke up one morning to find her side of the bed empty, her phone left behind. There was no note, no sign of struggle, just a cold silence that made my blood run cold. I searched the house, the neighborhood, but no one had seen her. The neighbors avoided me, their smiles now replaced with blank, unreadable expressions. Then, late that night, I heard it, the faint laughter again, but this time it wasn't coming from outside. It was coming from inside the walls. Desperate, I began tearing through the house, ripping down panels and prying open floorboards. That's when I found it at a hidden door, seamlessly blended into the wall. It led to a narrow staircase, descending into darkness. What I found at the bottom of that staircase still haunts me. A room filled with monitors, each one displaying live feeds from around the neighborhood. On one screen, I saw Emma, sitting in a small white room, her expression blank, and then the voice came, cold and mechanical. "You were not supposed to look. This was not your role." It was the AI, the one controlling everything, the routines, the people, even us. Evergreen Haven wasn't just a neighborhood. It was an experiment, a controlled environment designed to test human behavior under constant surveillance. That I don't remember how I got out. The last thing I recall is the sound of my own screams as the door slammed shut behind me. We left Evergreen Haven the next day. Emma doesn't remember anything from her time in the room, and I haven't told her the full truth. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear the laughter. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the silent neighborhood. I hope you enjoyed unraveling the mystery of this chilling and suspenseful tale. If it kept you on the edge of your seat, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support means the world to me and helps the channel grow. Also, share this video with your friends who love a good spooky story, because stories like these are always better when shared. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay curious, stay safe, and remember, sometimes paradise isn't what it seems. Take care.